Hello everyone. Harshdeep Hura, being only 21, is the CMD at Hura Media Private Limited. He has built an auto summarizer app which today has over 600,000 active users. He will be talking about how to build an empire from your bedroom, which I'm sure will inspire every single person sitting in the audience over here. Please welcome Harshdeep Singh Hura.
Yes. Okay. So travels faster than sound, right? Now, which we all know since fourth grade. That's fourth grade science. So when I walk up here on the stage today, or maybe when you see me outside roaming around somewhere, there's this first thing which goes on in your head. That's this guy is really tall, and I get that a lot. Okay, I've been getting that a lot since ages. And just to get that out of the way, I'm 6 feet 8 inches tall, and another 3 inches for my turban. So so yeah, I mean, like, and here's the funny thing: I hate basketball. I hate all of these, and I like to term them tall people sports because I really hate all of them, whether it's basketball or volleyball. Much as I would love to be in sports, my parents and everyone around me has forced me so much that I've come to a point where I hate it. And this is completely based on this assumption that because I'm tall, I'm supposed to be doing tall people sports, which, I mean, basketball being the most popular one out of them. So, this very loosely I like to term as a stereotype. So, when you do it as an individual, it's an assumption, but when you do it on a large scale, it's a stereotype. Why? Because stereotype in its oversimplified way, it's if you are X, you should do Y. I mean, makes sense, right? If you are tall, you should play basketball. If you are an engineering student, you are not going to get great salaries, which have been always around. But that's not even remotely true. So I've been using this as an advantage, like the first day of my college. Icebreaker, it was so nice to like immediately walk up to someone really tall and be like, hey, you play basketball? I play basketball too, let's be great friends. Until I step into the court, and then it's just downhill from then because my game is very bad. I'm like, take it from me. Since fourth grade, I've been forced into basketball. Till date, I can't actually dunk, and I feel really bad for that. But okay, so I mean, and these stereotypes, right, whether positive or negative, are built so that we have a sense of belongingness as social beings. And there is this one class of people which really stand out, which beg to differ, and that's the entrepreneurs. And as an entrepreneur, today, in order to be successful, you don't just need to have a really great idea or a really great team or a really great product. You also need to have that emotional stability and strength to withstand and break through these stereotypes. So, like, think about this. Whenever I go out with my parents to a social gathering, right? My parents keep me away from every single person, like who probably I've never met them before. And it's so normal for someone to come up to me, probably one of dad's friends, and this is the second time they're seeing me since I was born. So see, for them, looking at this huge guy is like, and I don't know, looking at Godzilla from somewhere. I don't know, like they're really intrigued by it. And then they go like, hey, if you're not playing a tall people sport, you're really wasting your height. And and trust me, I get really triggered to a point where if my parents would allow me and if it was legal, I would fight with them to death. Like I'm really that triggered. So lacking that emotional stability and strength, I was always preferred, right, to stay in my bedroom. And I feel being in the industry that I am, and that is technology, where all you need is a laptop or an internet connected device, and of course, great internet because who likes slow internet? Uh, you can work from anywhere. And I feel like bedrooms being the most comfortable place on earth is where you can actually do like the best things around. And take my word on that. Because I built everything right from my bedroom. I've never actually left my bedroom, right? So, uh, but here is this one problem. As a teenager, right, I was at boarding school most of the time. So in my vacations, when the parents used to walk into my room and they just, so imagine the scenario, right? A 13-year-old in the room, bedroom, laptop, great internet. Parents walk in, be like, they call you by your full name, giving you a mini heart attack and making you like think of all the bad things you have done till date, maybe even like from previous birth, I don't know. And then they go, about this huge rant about how you should leave your comfort zone. And I feel that line is very, very, I mean, as of today, flawed. I mean, you can just immediately pick up these comfort zone problems. Like when people say that nothing great comes out of being in a comfort zone, in most parts they are wrong. Because if you're not comfortable at doing something, you can't do a great job at it. I mean, there is a reason why a lot of companies today are spending so much on making the workplaces feel more homely and not having dress codes, and like as long as you're comfortable and it's decent, I mean, you're good to go. Or maybe like work from home. So I mean, this is something which I'm really concerned with. So, in order to prove like this is actually wrong, take the case of me learning to tie my turban. Now, for those of you who don't know, at least for me, my first turban was so important because at that point of time, right, 2 months I was at home, and my father, being the busy man he is, he couldn't, even though he really wanted to, couldn't devote the time to sit down with me and teach me how to tie my first turban. So I used the tools I was really comfortable with, and that's my laptop and YouTube. And I learned how to tie my turban. So today, the turban which you see wrapped on my head was actually just my dad teaching me the finishing touches. And I feel sometimes I really feel sad that he wasn't there to see me wear my first turban, but I'm really happy that he was there in the finishing touches. So if you were to now assess this situation, right, I never left my comfort zone. I was using the tools I was already comfortable with, and that's my laptop and my internet connection, to learn a skill set outside of my comfort zone. So in a way, you never actually leave your comfort zone, you expand your comfort zone. And the more you expand your comfort zone, the better and greater things you can do in life. And that's what I have been seeing. And so, yeah, I mean, like, now that you're comfortable and now that you have understood your skill set and everything, and you're already on your path to greatness, maybe, I don't know, there's this one thing which will bring you back down to zero and send you back to your whiteboard, and that's a failure. And in the early days of building at Wrap It Up, now Wrap It Up is the app which I use to summarize, right? So you copy all of your text, paste it in the app, and the app algorithmically generates a summary for you. And a lot of students are really happy with it, especially my seniors and myself included. So in the early days of building Wrap It Up, I thought I really needed an investor. And that is okay because I think I was like 19 or 20 when I started out really approaching investors. And the first time I got rejected by an investor, I came back home and I cried. I'm so sensitive. And even till date, when one of the investors just says, sorry, we can't really do this, I still cry. Like that one tear has to come out because I'm not used to of rejection. And I don't think so anyone should be, used to of rejection. I mean, yeah, like I have that sad moment, but then what comes next is, at least for me, very groundbreaking. So I go through 30 investors over a period of 6 to 7 months. And because I have a habit of posting all my post-its on a wall, right? So I take up a wall, name it the wall of shame. And I put on every single thing wrong the investors told me with my app or with my idea or with my company, or that maybe I'm too young to actually make a difference. And I was rejected on that scenario once. And that was like 3 months ago. So, so yeah, I mean, like being young has its own pros and cons. So now, after the wall is filled up, right? I sit down like a 2 year that wall, and I see that there are these 100 points which I'm doing wrong, and that was during the 1, and the 1.0 to 2.0 transition was huge. And I mean, the last 6 months have been like really groundbreaking in terms of this, because while I was being rejected and I was taking these, while I was being rejected, I worked on my design and my engineering and my marketing alone. And that's what even I've been running the company, like even right now. So the final products you see are actually like right from the ideas to the final product are actually done by me in my laptop in my bedroom, and mostly not wearing pants because that's the best part. So you see, we went from having 200 daily active users, that's 200 people using the app on every single day, to 6 months later, 600,000 people using the app every single day. And as of today, I just checked out the numbers, it's 680,000, rounding off. So you see, all around the globe, right? And that is about 93% of a user base. So the turnout's great and everything's going really great. And you see, it's one of these moments where you realize how much difference can you make just staying in your bedroom. And the reason why I shared these three particular things about stereotyping and being in your comfort zone and rejection is because these three things will be there, doesn't matter what industry you are in. Because as of today, our generation and the generations to come, maybe, I don't know. So at least our generation has forgotten that technology which exists or the tools which exist today never existed 5 years earlier. No one knew smartwatches would actually become so consumer oriented, or no one knew car would come in mainstream. So you see, the whole idea of sharing this is because we have forgotten. I think so we need to look back on what we are doing with our lives, right? Because we all have the same 24 hours with us. And today, with so much technological advancements and the tools which we have available, I don't think you're too young to make a difference. I mean, being 21, right from my bedroom, if I can teach or I can help 680,000 people, right, all over the globe to read more by helping them summarize the content which is already available. I mean, I don't see anything else which I can do with the past 21 years of my life. Like, I don't know if I could have done anything greater than that, but yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hura, for teaching us a few things through a talk that we can all easily